From Parsons Field, it is high school football action on Weymouth Community Access as the Wildcats of Weymouth High take on the Warriors of Brookline. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Ducharme. I'll call you play-by-play as the Wildcats and the Warriors, both coming off opening day losses. As the Wildcats will be getting their hands on the football first as they have won the toss and will be heading from right to left. As a beautiful day for football here at Parsons Field as the Wildcats and the Warriors both looking to get back into the win column, as we'll be back with the opening kickoff in a moment. As the Wildcats and the Warriors here from Parsons Field, a year ago the Wildcats rallied for a 27-14 win over Brookline as P.J. Bonarigo, opening game of the season, had a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. As Irving Scott, one of the better players in the Bay State Conference, to kick off for the Warriors. As we're on the way, as it'll be Derek Newcomb at the 15. To the far side with a seam. Newcomb gets it out to the 45-yard line. A 30-yard return by Derek Newcomb, and the Wildcats will have excellent field position as they will be quarterbacked by Mitch Temple. As Temple had a touchdown pass to Derek Newcomb in the opening game. Jared Terrell and Derek Newcomb are the wideouts. P.J. Bonarigo will be starting at tailback. Dylan Garvey will be the fullback. Peter Brown, the tight end. Jay Serafini will be up front with Joe DeCesare. Danny Murphy, Patrick Murphy, and Sam Calley, the front five for the Wildcats. Bonarigo off the right side as he ran into his own blocker coming off the right side and will be brought down after about a 4-yard gain. As Scott brought him down. Irving Scott, who got Brookline out to a 14-0 lead with his outstanding play at quarterback, is now playing both sides of the ball. He is considered one of the better quarterbacks in the league, as well as Theo McCummings of Natick. The top two, and then Brendan Brooks, the Wildcats faced last week, Wellesley quarterback, who had an great game against the Wildcats, not only throwing the ball, but running in key situations. Bonarigo again, trying to break it to the far sidelines, and will get the first down to the Warrior 44. Leon Scott in on the tackle. So the Wildcats begin the game with 2 runs to the right side and getting 11 yards as the Derek Newcomb kickoff return has given them excellent field position. Temple with Bonarigo again, lowers the shoulder, and Bonarigo crosses the 40 down to the 39. As the Wildcats just come out running the football. As Shaquille Brummett and Jaleel Drury Gilbert in on the tackle. Second and long 4 for the Wildcats. A quicker Weymouth team in areas, and they're hoping to take advantage of it again as Bonarigo bounces away and makes something out of nothing as PJ gets the first down to the 33 when it appeared that he was not going to go anywhere. He got blocked by a Warrior player right into a Weymouth blocker, but he was able to break it outside. And Dean Pontus in on the tackle, and now timeout Brookline. 9:46 to go opening period, and the Wildcats on the move. Now the Warriors took a full timeout, and the Wildcats will go to Dylan Colarusso as the deep back as they have a 1st and 10 at the 34. Going right to left here in this opening quarter. Dylan Colarusso lowers the head and just bowls his way to about the 31. Colarusso had 27 yards, 4 carries in the first game of the season. As Jonah Morgenstern Gaines in on the tackle for the Warriors.
2-yard gain, second down, 8.
Well, the Wildcats,
32-yard line, Brookline.
2 successive first downs. They were able to get 5 yards on each first down play. This time they only get 2, second and 8 coming up. And the Warriors just show blitz. Bonarigo can't come off the right side. Stood up at the line of scrimmage. Max Lee just came barreling through and made the stop, and it'll be 3rd and 8. So the first big 3rd down situation of this possession for Weymouth. Brookline opening up their season in Milton as the Warriors fell to the Milton Wildcats 38-zip. Garvey flinched. Terrell on the slant to the 21, and his first reception, freshman Jared Terrell, but it will come back as Dylan Garvey flinched just before the snap. The Terrell reception wiped out. Now it sets up 3rd and 14 for the Wildcats at the 38. Now, let's see if that comes back to haunt Weymouth. An opportunity to keep the drive alive at the Brookline 21, and a fumble on the play. And it is falling around, and Brookline might have got the ball. Just a missed handoff. And Weymouth recovers. Bonarigo fell on the football. That's a loss of 2. And the Wildcats hurt themselves. And they'll be faced with a 4th down and 14, and Rob Barris the punt. A promising drive to begin the game, and then the Wildcats just stopped themselves. Barris. Good high kick. And Shaquille Brummett will grab it at the 8. Irving Scott, excellent quarterback, will work out of the spread. The Warriors used the spread last year and go to the ground as O'Neal gets it out to about maybe the 11-yard line. There's Pat Murphy in on the stop. The Warriors a year ago had success in the first half with the offense, with Scott leading in the way, but the Wildcats were able to wear them down. Second and 8. Lee in motion. Scott heading to the far side, trying to turn the corner, and it does. Run out of bounds, but close to a 1st down. As Scott run out at about the 17. Terrell over there, as well as McLevich, but it'll be short. It'll be 3rd and a long one for the 1st down for the Warriors. Wildcat defense in the opening game against the Wellesley spread had success rushing the passer. They had 4 sacks in the game. As Scott, with a 6-yard gain, sets up a short yardage situation, and it will be close. Depending upon the spot, Peter Brown makes the tackle, but not before a 1st down. As Max Lee getting it out to the 20. So the Warriors get a 1st down on their first possession. Weymouth got 2 and then stopped themselves with the penalty and the missed handoff. From the 20. Inside handoff. Sam Cali disrupts the play, and Danny Murphy wraps up the ball carrier after about a yard gain. As Irving Scott kept it. And he'll put it at the 21 for a yard gain. Cali slowed the play down. Dan Murphy wrapped up Irving Scott. And we'll see if he'll go to the air. As Irving Scott been lined up as the running back. Arthur Zionist. Lined up as the quarterback. Scott again. Cali there. And get some help as they will grab Irving Scott for a loss of 5 on the play. Derek Newcomb wrapped him up. But Cali came in. And he'll be marked at the 18, and it appears that Irving Scott was grabbed back at the 15. Third down and 12 for the Warriors. 4:25 to go, opening period of play. We're scoreless. Weymouth and Brookline here on Weymouth Community Access. Mark Ducharme with you. Wildcats show blitz, and we might have had movement before as Scott on the count. You could hear him just go hut, and then delay, and then go hut again. So it'll be 3rd and 16 instead. And the mistake by the Warriors, who started out with 5 straight running plays. And we'll go to the air. Irving Scott, the quick flip over the middle of Max Lee. Knocked down by Jared Terrell on a short gain to the 23. And Jared Terrell did a good job in reading the play and stopping him way short of the first down. Jared Terrell on the quick slant made the play. And the Warriors will kick. Bonarigo and Scott and Newcomb await the kick, and it's a bad kick. And it will take a great Brookline roll. At the Weymouth 48, is that when they'll have the football for the second time here in this game? Wildcats ran the ball effectively. Get 2 successive first downs in their first possession, and they stopped themselves. After a Brookline timeout, they just had a short gain on first down and just couldn't recover after that. Bonarigo running in traffic and crosses midfield to the Brookline 46, where he is tripped up after about 6 yards. PJ had 72 yards in the first game. Max Lee had to come from his cornerback position to make the tackle.
5-yard gain of play in the Brookline territory. 2nd down 5 at the 47.
Yeah, we'll give Bonarigo just 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up. Double tight end for the Wildcats. Maffa coming in motion. Bonarigo bouncing it to the outside. Keeps his balance and gets the first down to the 39. As PJ has had good success running the football so far. Following the right side of his line, Patrick Murphy and Danny Murphy. Dylan Colarusso will come in for Bonarigo. The Wildcats will alternate the 2 tailbacks. Colarusso puts his head down, and the ball is going to be whistled dead. Tino Maffa fell on it, but he was ruled dead. Dante Davis, 62, made the stop. Now Colarusso gets a yard on the play. And this is about the spot where the Wildcats had trouble continuing that first possession. 2nd and 9 coming up. Weymouth, as far as the wind goes, a slight breeze, and it is blowing from left to right. Bonarigo through the middle to the 30 and a first down run by PJ. As Scott had to bring him down, but they're going to mark it just short. It appeared that Bonarigo had seriously, I thought, crossed the 30-yard line when he went down. He went down, and the ball, I thought he had crossed the 30. 35 seconds and counting left in the first period, so we could be coming up to the final play of this opening quarter. Third and about a foot. Bonarigo, well, he definitely has the first down to the 26. Davis made the stop in what will probably be the last play of this opening quarter. As the clock keeps on going, even though the chains haven't been set, it's supposed to be clock stopped as soon as the chain's set, then the clock resumes. But after one period of play, we're scoreless. Weymouth and Brookline here from Parsons Field. You know, Weymouth just wants to hang on to the football and take as much time off the clock, keep the ball out of Irving Scott's hands best they can. And they had a good first quarter, and fortunately for them, they had the mistake, or two mistakes, inside the Brookline 35 on their first possession. As Weymouth will have a slight breeze at their back beginning the second quarter with a 1st and 10 at the 26. Double tight end for the Wildcats. Newcomb, the only wide receiver, to the near side. Off-camera view. It's Temple looking for Newcomb. Has him and just overshot him by a matter of inches. And Newcomb thought he was held. As Newcomb had Shaquille Brummett beat. And the throw just missing. 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Play was there, it's just a matter of just executing. Bonarigo cuts back nicely to the middle. Could break loose and nearly did as he gets it to the 11. 14-yard run by PJ Bonarigo and a first down. As PJ off to an excellent start. And the Wildcats, they'll mark it at the 14. But Bonarigo has been 5 and 6 yards a carry. He's been running extremely well. Had a couple of very good runs against Wellesley in the opening game. And the handoff off the right side. Bonarigo will only get one. Tat from his linebacker position made the play as he just pushed his way to the inside and stopped Bonarigo, who has had a good success cutting back so far and creating opportunities. 2nd and 9 coming up. It's the Wildcats with the first scoring threat of the game. Bonarigo slipped as he tried to hit the hole that was there as he lost his footing. And it'll be 3rd down for the Wildcats at the 12-yard line. You know, it's only the 3rd possession between the two teams in this game. Weymouth on the first, 2 first downs, and just Saw the drive end there, and then Brookline got one first down, punted back to Weymouth, and the Wildcats moved from their own 48 to the Brookline 11. It sets up 3rd and 8. As Terrell and Newcomb split out. Terrell far side, Newcomb to the near side. Toss, Bonarigo catches it, cuts back as PJ to about the 5. They will mark it at the 5. It'll be short of a first down by 1.5 yards. It'll be 4th down. And 4th down, long 2. And the Wildcats will run double tight ends as far as this play goes. And they will go for it. They have to get it to about the 3. And a movement in the offensive line for the Wildcats, and they hurt themselves again. Call a neutral zone infraction against Brookline. A tough call for the Warriors. And it'll be a first down for the Wildcats. And a break for Weymouth. It looked like one of the Wildcat linemen had flinched. Now the Wildcats get a break and see if they cash in. 1st and goal from the 3. And this has been the P.J. Bonarigo drive so far. Bonarigo to the right side, brought down. Davis brought down Bonarigo for no gain. As they'll knock it for a loss of 1. 2nd and goal from the 4 as Davis just prevented Bonarigo from slanting off the right side. For the Wildcats, they've just controlled the ball, done what they've wanted to do, and just now it's a matter of putting the ball in the end zone. Second and goal. Bonarigo in the middle, navigates his way, and will be marked about the 1. Davis there, and they will put it at just past the 1. 3rd and goal. As the Wildcats, nearly 6 minutes on this possession. And it is a hot day here at Parsons Field. Temperature just about 80 degrees. 3rd and goal. Bonarigo slices and scores. PJ Bonarigo from a yard out has put the Wildcats on the board. As the Wildcats, about 7 minutes on this possession, take the lead. And PJ Bonarigo will look to add the extra point with Mitch Temple holding. Well, PJ Bonarigo counted for most of the 52 yards in the drive, and Bonarigo's kick is good. 6:47 to go till half, and Weymouth on top, 7-0. Tyler Smith to kick off for the Wildcats, as Shaquille Brummett and Irving Scott await the kick. Brummett, 15, trying to get back to the near sidelines and will be stood up. Johnny Doherty wouldn't let him get to that sideline, and that's where Brookline will have the ball at their own 27-yard line. 52-yard drive for the Wildcats. A little over 7 minutes taken off the clock. And what they wanted to do, as Scott and the Warriors will be throwing on first down, and the pressure, and it is caught just in bounds at the far sideline.
Scott's pass is complete. Number 8, Leon Scott.
Leon Scott on the reception gets 4 on the play.
3-yard pickup on the play. Second down, 7.
Oh, you can read the Weymouth numbers so cleanly. You look at the Brookline numbers from up here at times. They're not the easiest. They're brand new uniforms. But Scott and the Wildcat Warriors will have 2nd and 7 coming up. Bubble screen, and it's overthrown by Irving Scott. Cam McClevich on the coverage of Max Lee. And it'll be 3rd down and 7. As the Warriors ran the ball exclusively on their first possession. Scott with 2 throws to begin the second possession is faced with a 3rd and 7 situation. Looks for the slant, throws high, and Derek Newcomb with a hit. It's Jacob Page, the intended receiver. He is 6'3", and Derek Newcomb, who was only 5'9", made sure that Jacob Page was not going to come down with the football and hit him as soon as the Page got his hands on it. And Arthur Azent will be punting for the 2nd time. A better kick. And Derek Newcomb just lets it bounce and now plays it. Newcomb trying to slide his way free. And Derek nearly brought it back upfield with an opening and just missed. Getting that by that last Warrior player as Jacob Page made the tackle. Now if you're the Warriors, you only had the ball for 38 seconds on that possession. The Wildcats had great success just pounding away at Brookline. And you got to figure sooner or later, one of those opportunities could lead to a big, big gain. Bonarigo runs into the official and then uses him as a shield as he gets in the Brookline territory. As PJ gets 15 yards before Irving Scott brought him down, but Bonarigo having a monstrous start to this game as he closes in on 80 yards in this first half. Well, the back judge just got caught up in the wash in that. Nearly provided Bonarigo with a good block. P.J. Bonarigo again for 2. Dante Davis, inside linebacker, makes this tackle. Bonarigo had most of the yardage on the 52-yard drive. At 50 of the yards on the ground. At 20 in the first possession, and there's a 15-yard run in this possession. Temple to throw, slant, Terrell gets it. Jared Terrell looking for the Newcomb block, gets it. And Jared Terrell will get his first high school touchdown. Mitch Temple to Jared Terrell. 47-yard touchdown pass. Well, P.J. Bonarigo looking to add the extra point. And Bonarigo gets it. 4:35 to go until halftime, and the Wildcats 14, Brookline nothing. 52 yards on the first scoring drive for the Wildcats. They go 62 yards this time. The last 47 on a pass completion, Jared Terrell. As Smith with a good kick. Scott has to go back inside his own 10. Irving Scott ran into his own blocker and will be brought down by 33 for the Wildcats. Sean Wally, who just brought him down at the 14-yard line. So the Warriors, field position-wise, have twice started inside their own 20. The last time they had the football, Brookline began at their 21-yard line and just at their 28 checked that and just couldn't move the football. Now the Wildcat defense has done what they've wanted to do. They've swarmed to the football, and the offense has done what they've wanted to do, and that's just a good play by Dylan Colarusso. Irving Scott turned the throw, and Dylan Colarusso just swatted it down. And they say a Brookline player apparently caught it off the deflection on the ground. And it ends up being a loss of 3, second down and 13. And the Wildcats wanted to play smash mouth football, control the clock, and keep Scott away from the offensive side of the ball. And Scott on the pressure, McClevich. And let's see if that's a fumble or it's a pass completion or a pass incompletion. Cam McClevich just came barreling in from the backside and just knocked the ball free. And Brookline recovers at their own 5. And it'll be 3rd and 19. McClevich, who had 2 sacks in the opening game. It was a question whether Scott's arm was going forward or not. But it's 3rd and 19. And the keeper, Scott, will get it across the 10 to the 11. Patrick Murphy made the tackle, but gives a little more room for Arthur Azantz as far as attempting to punt the football away. And now timeout. And the Wildcats taking the timeout, 2:57 to go until half. And they should be getting excellent field position. As Azant fields the high snap and gets it out. Bonarigo takes it on a hop at his own 42. Bonarigo is not going to go anywhere. Azant at a 46-yard punt and a 3-yard return. 2:43 to go in the first half. You know, the Wildcats, let's see what they do as far as this possession goes and how they handle it, because they do have 3 timeouts left. Brookline calling a timeout. Last 2 possessions, Weymouth has scored on. And the Wildcats running their own spread attack. McClevich, keeper. Opening, and McClevich is going all the way. Cam McClevich, 58 yards, touchdown. His first varsity touchdown. And P.J. Bonarigo will look to add the extra point. You know, the Wildcats have run right throughout this first half, and Bonarigo's kick is blocked. And Shaquille Brummett get his hands on it, and the Wildcats will have a 20-0 lead with 2:30 to go first half. 52, 62, and 57 yards of the drive so far for Weymouth here in the second quarter as they lead 20-0, and they have kept Brookline penned inside their own 30 in this first half. The Warriors have not crossed their 30, and Tyler Smith trying to keep it that way with a good kickoff that will go through the end zone for a touchback. Cam McLevich with a sack and a 57-yard touchdown run within a couple of minutes as he turns this game into a 3-score Weymouth advantage, 20-0. And the Wildcats are just dominating right now. One of the things for the Wildcats in the preseason was the fact that they start slow and then get stronger and stronger as the game went on in the preseason games. Scott, screen, as it will be Max Lee getting it out to the 29 and brought down by Terrell, as well as Jesse Tooming. Second down and a yard to go. The Warriors did get a first down on their first possession, but have not had one since. And we go to 2 minutes left in the first half. We'll see at the Warriors how they'll play it. Down 20-0. Haven't had much to speak of. Scott for Jacob Page, and it was behind him Joe Clark on the coverage. And the Warriors aren't successful in this third down play. Wildcats call a timeout and try to add to this lead. One thing is the Wildcats putting in other people just to get rest for the starters, as Scott will get the first down as he crossed the 30 on the quarterback sneak. And the Warrior bench screams out Warrior. 1:40 clock ticking here at Parsons Field. Irving Scott on the quick out. Max Lee doesn't hang on. Joe Clark came up in coverage. Second and 10 after the incompletion. Scott looked downfield, goes to the far sidelines for Leon Scott. And it goes off his hands. It'll be 3rd and 10. It'll be Weymouth. Got 3 timeouts left. You have some interesting things to think about. In 4th down, do you come after the punter with a full-out block? Scott, screen, and just flips it up in the air, and Cam McLevich nearly had it and would have walked in. Well, they don't have to worry about using a timeout. Jay Serafini just came trucking in, and he was just all over Irving Scott, and Scott just tried to get rid of the football. And it'll be 4th and 10. After Azants to punt for the 4th time. Bonarigo and Newcomb await the kick. And some decent pressure on the high kick. Newcomb, fair catch. Takes it at his 34. 1:15 left. 3 timeouts and a 20-0 lead. And Cam McLevich, on the last possession out of the spread formation, ran 57 yards for a score. Colarusso and Bonarigo beside him. Bonarigo on the handoff to the far sidelines. Terrell trying to spring him free with a stock block. And Jared allows him to get a first down run to the 49. As Leon Scott ran him out of bounds, but the Wildcats don't have to blow a timeout. Bonarigo went out of bounds. Now McLevich. running the Wildcat spread. Bonarigo again to the outside. Bonarigo is he inbounds. He's close to a first down as the clock will stop with 57 seconds left. And PJ to the 44. Definitely over 100 yards so far. PJ, here we go against Wellesley. 214 yards. 2 touchdowns. And that gave it a 99-yard touchdown run as Weymouth takes a timeout. 57 seconds left. There's Bonarigo and the Wildcats. Go back to the eye. And we'll throw with Temple looking. The short route. Chino Maffa pulls it in, grabs it, and fumbles it out of bounds, but it will be a pass reception. Clock will stop with 49 seconds left. Weymouth getting the first down, the completion, the Chino Maffa. And Temple and the Wildcats apparently going by the scoreboard clock for the amount of timeouts left, and the Wildcats apparently according to the scoreboard clock have 3 left. I'm going to say no. It's Temple looking to throw. Deep, Newcomb open. Waits for the ball, receives it, and scores. Derek Newcomb, second touchdown of the season. 35-yard pass to Derek Newcomb by Mitch Temple. And the Wildcats bump the lead to 26-0. As after missing the point after, they will go for the 2-point conversion. Timeout, Brookline. 22nd timeout is Weymouth on top, 26-0, as they will go for the 2. Out of the wishbone. Temple for Peter Brown, who gets it at the corner of the end zone. All Weymouth. 28 second quarter points to lead Brookline. Tyler Smith to kick off as the Warriors see the Wildcats just come at them for a big second quarter. And Smith. Lee to the near sidelines, run out of bounds after getting away from one tackler. Cam McClevich puts them out of bounds at about the 35. Now the Warriors will look to regroup. They will get their hands on the ball as far as the second half goes. Scott over the middle, and an incomplete pass. Newcomb on the coverage for Jacob Page, the intended receiver. Now 10 seconds left, and Warriors of Brookline just trying to figure out something that they can hang their heads on as they will take a knee. 1 half complete. The Wildcats of Weymouth explode in the second quarter for 28 second quarter points and lead at halftime. It is the Wildcats 28, the Warriors of Brookline nothing.